Hi guys, welcome back. We shall be talking about how can you manage your hypertension. And hypertension, it means high blood pressure. There are lot of problems about high blood pressure. You can have a stroke, you can have heart attack, you can damage your kidneys, you can damage your eyes, and the list goes on and goes on. So the main thing is that you should know how can you reduce the complication of hypertension. So before we start about hypertension, you should be understanding whenever we talk about hypertension, we're mostly worried about stroke, heart attack, and kidney damage, because whenever you are having high blood pressure, now this blood goes to your kidney, and remember the kidney is the filtration unit of your body. That means it filters out toxin from your blood. So it has a structure which is known as basement membrane. Just imagine it is just like your mosquito net. Your mosquito net has so many holes. Now these holes have a specific size. Due to high blood pressure, now this holes, the size becomes larger. Whenever the size becomes larger, the solute, the particle which was not supposed to pass through the structures are able to pass. Now what structure, items we are talking mainly? We are talking about protein. So if you are having high blood pressure, if it is damaging your blood vessels, your kidneys, you will be having protein in your blood, protein in your urine. That means whenever you are having protein in your urine, it's a pathological sign that you are damaging your kidneys. Okay, so whenever you're losing protein, you will become very thin. Now these proteins are also attached to immunoglobulins. That means to your immune system will be compromised, your entire nutrition will go down. And remember, the maximum number of cells in your body are, all these cells lining are made up of lipids and protein. So protein is very vital. If you are having a good muscle, your muscle will go down due to loss of protein. So another thing that we are worried about, if we are worried about heart attack, we are worried about myocardial infarction, and we are worried about stroke. Before we understand this, we should understand, let's say this is your blood vessel. Now this blood vessel is having a lining that is known as endothelial lining. This is a single layer of cells. After that lining, we are having smooth muscle cells. So whenever you are, whenever due to any reason, if this blood vessel, the endothelial lining is damaged due to anything, due to maybe high blood pressure, maybe due to a lot of smoking, maybe due to a lot of trauma, if this thing damages, whatever the cholesterol that is present inside your blood, that will start to accumulate in this smooth muscle. In the process, it will call another cholesterol, another more cholesterol come and accumulate. In the process, when it increases in size, the WBC which is present in your blood, in your bloodstream, specifically the monocytes, they come and they act as a macrophage. Now this macrophage will go and eat up these cells, which cells? The cholesterol cells. But the cholesterol numbers are so much that your macrophage slowly dies. Whenever the macrophage dies, it also releases a stimulus to your smooth muscle to release calcium. Now whenever this calcium is being released, I'll tell you what happens. If you see all these structures under a microscope, we can see it is like a foam. Okay, that is a sea of foam. We say it's foam cells. Now whenever this thing happens, in order to make kind of repair it, our smooth muscle which is lining the blood vessel as well, it goes and covers the plaque, that is your cholesterol, that is the macrophage, that the monocyte. It slowly covers up the area. Whenever it covers up that area is all, the lumen of the area is reduced as like this, right? So along with this, whenever it covers, it also releases calcium inside this. Remember, macrophage, monocyte, when it dies, it stimulates the smooth muscle cells to release calcium. Now this calcium will make this plaque thicker. That is the reason whenever you're having atherosclerosis, your blood vessels become thicker due to deposition of calcium. Now the smooth muscle is covering the lining. Now due to any reason, if the smooth muscle ruptures, that is the fibrotic cap ruptures, that smooth muscle lining, once it covers the plaque, that's known as fibrotic cap. If this fibrotic cap ruptures, there will be massive amount of blood coagulation taking place. In order to save, our body is thinking that there is bleeding going on and I need to stop the area, because these things will initiate clotting factors. Remember, our blood is having clotting factors and anti-clotting factors. In general, the anti-clotting factors are more. That is the reason the blood vessels, they do not inside your blood, the blood do not coagulate inside, right? So that is the problem here. So I forgot to tell you what is the main function of endothelium. The main function of endothelium is to release anti-clotting factors. Along with this, not allowing the cholesterol, the substances which is present inside your bloodstream to enter the smooth muscles, right? And remember, if you're taking a lot of smoking, you're doing smoking, the nicotines which are present, they itself can damage the endothelium, or they can accelerate the process of cholesterol getting accumulated in the smooth muscle. So please do not take smoking or not even second-hand smoke. Now, once these things happen due to high blood pressure, if the plaque ruptures, there will be a massive amount of coagulation taking place, and so there will be no blood going this part. So there will be no blood, that means no oxygen. So if this thing happens to your heart, you will be having heart attack. If this thing happens to your brain, you will be having stroke. So we never want these things to happen. Now, that was about the basic behind the scene, what is actually happening. So forget about these things. We want how to reduce the blood pressure. The first goal is to not have blood pressure in the first place. So many of us are not very lucky to say that okay, I'm not having a blood pressure. But if you develop high blood pressure, then what would you do? Now, how do you say that you're having high blood pressure? The normal range of normal blood pressure is 120 by 80 mm of Hg, but optimally, if it is less than 120 and less than 120 and less than 80 is optimal blood pressure. We say if you are having blood pressure that is more 140 or more, or 90 or more, we say you are having blood pressure. Okay, again, if your blood pressure is increased for quite a long time, that is 140 or more or 90 or more, we say you are having high blood pressure. Also, we have another type of blood pressure, that means you are having only systolic blood pressure, you're not having diastolic blood pressure. What is systolic? The upper one. Systole means whenever your heart is contracting, that is in the maximum amount of blood pressure is that time. Diastole, whenever your heart is relaxing, that is a blood vessel, blood is collecting in your heart. And systole is whenever your blood is going out of your heart. Systole means systolic hypertension means if your blood pressure is 140 or more only, or your diastolic blood pressure is known as 90 or more, you are having diastolic blood pressure. If both are increased, we say normal, you are having high blood pressure. We don't want our body to have high blood pressure for a very, very long time, as we saw the adaptable effect. And remember, and whenever this endothelial lining have been damaged, these blood vessels become weak, and there is another blood vessel, like it comes like a balloon. This is known as aneurysm. That is also very, very dangerous. We don't want this thing to happen. Along with this, so what is the prevention? The prevention part, we're talking about how can you manage hypertension. Its management is very, very important. We should be very careful in managing hypertension. How do you manage hypertension is that whenever you are having hypertension, you have to do regular blood checkups. It's very, very necessary. Along with this, you have to be very regular with your blood medication that has been given by your doctor. You cannot skip this medication. Even if your blood pressure comes to a normal, you cannot stop this medication, because this medication is actually keeping your blood pressure in normal. Let's say you're taking medication, and after 1 hour I took my blood pressure and say, hey, my blood pressure is normal, I should stop the drugs. No, your body is not able to do it. Your medication is actually doing the work. So please do not stop your medication. Okay. Along with this, you need to give a very good amount of check to your salt intake. American Heart Association says that the maximum tolerated limit of sodium intake per day is 2300 milligram. But if you're having some heart issues, or the ideal level is whenever we're talking about the ideal level, you can just make it 1500 milligrams of sodium per day for ideal people, and for if you're having some issue with your heart, some issue with the kidney, some issue with your high blood pressure. Salt is very important. Along with this, there is a new concept which is known as DASH dieting. DASH diet. In this diet, you can reduce your blood pressure by up to 8 to 14 mm of Hg can be reduced. Along with this, if you reduce your weight, your total peripheral resistance is reduced. By reducing weight by up to 10 kgs, you can reduce your high blood pressure level by 5 to 20 mm of Hg. It's a very big chunk of number. Along with this, you have to do some sort of physical activity, at least 30 minutes a day. I'm saying physical activity. I'm not saying specifically you need to do cycling, or specifically you need to do swimming or gym. Any sort of physical activity, you are you have to do a lot of physical activity. That means at least walking, climbing the stairs, walking, maybe mild slow jogging, but please do not jog unless your doctor, or you might be having complication because of your heart. You're having high blood pressure, you don't want to jog, you want to walk, fast walking. Okay, that is very important. Along with this, you have to reduce your alcohol. Whenever you reduce your alcohol, you're actually reducing your blood pressure by another 2 to 4%. Sorry, 2 to 4 mm of Hg. So with this, you have to increase your dietary fiber. Whenever you increase the dietary fiber, your blood pressure goes down. It is inversely related. Along with this is a very important. You have to manage your stress. Whenever you are in stress, your blood pressure goes up. Whenever you are having stress, your blood glucose goes up. And if you are having high blood pressure, you have a high tendency to develop blood diabetes and diabetes mellitus, and hypertension is a very bad condition. In just hypertension is also a worse condition, and even diabetes is a worse condition. But if these two things combined, it is more worse. Okay, so you don't want to develop diabetes mellitus along with hypertension, or if you're having diabetes mellitus, you don't want to develop hypertension. This is very important. So please follow these tips. You can talk to your doctor about your medication, about your dietary factors, how can you manage your hypertension. See, the word is so bad nowadays. We don't say you can prevent hypertension, because it is so common nowadays. We say manage your blood pressure. It is a very sad to say we are saying to manage your blood pressure, because the sedentary lifestyle, so much of fast food, so much of fatty trans fat, less amount of exercises, so much amount of stress, so much amount of alcohol, so much of sodium that is coming for your fast food is actually putting in a very high risk of developing hypertension. So nowadays we have changed the word. We say that please manage your high blood pressure, and also look out for if your family members are having hypertension, your brothers, your sister, your mom, dad, your brothers and sisters of your mom and dad. If they're having high blood pressure, you are also having a chance of having hypertension. So that's all for now about hypertension. And remember, there is no symptoms. Okay, there is no symptoms of hypertension. Please do not wait and watch for the symptoms. Do not watch here and there about the symptoms. There is no symptom. In fact, hypertension is also known as silent killer, that it kills you and you don't know. Also, it is damaging your blood vessels inside, and all of a sudden you might have a heart attack or you might have a stroke. And remember, whenever we are giving you medication, we are aiming for your blood pressure to come to 140 by 90 mm of Hg. But ideally, we want your blood pressure to come down to 120 by 80 mm of Hg. Some people, the blood pressure can go up to 200. And that circumstance, at least we want the blood pressure to come to 140 by 90 mm of Hg. But ideally, we want the blood pressure to come from 140 to 120 and from 90 to 80. That is our ideal management for hypertension. And please do not stop your medication. Talk to your doctor, do regular checkups, go and visit your doctors once in a while, regularly, whenever he calls you, or at least in 6 months, or at least in 3 months. You have to do this and regularly monitor your blood pressure. Nowadays you can very easily get automated blood pressure devices which can monitor your blood pressure and reduce your salt intake, reduce your alcohol intake, do dash dieting, increase your physical activity, increase your dietary fiber, increase your good fatty acids like the HDL level. Try to increase your HDL, reduce your weight, maintain your weight very strictly. Along with this, have your physical activity. In this way, you will be reducing the complication of hypertension. But our main goal is to avoid developing blood pressure in the first place. But once you develop, you have to be very careful about this and things in order to reduce the detrimental effects of hypertension. That's all for now. And if you have some tips and tricks or suggestion, anything you want to ask, you can drop down in the comment section. I'll be happy to answer them. That's all for now, and thank you.